Welcome to US Coins Hub, where history meets hidden value. Today, we uncover a rare piece of American heritage, a coin that tells a story, holds mystery, and could be worth far more than its face value. So slow down, listen closely, and step into the timeless world of rare and valuable US coins. Let's dive into today's video. Top 1 today. We're diving into a classic piece of American coinage that might already be hiding in your collection without you even realizing its true potential. We're talking about the legendary Jefferson nickel from the year 1964, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, but under the right conditions, can turn into something extraordinary. Let's travel back in time to the United States during the early 1960s. This was a period of change, growth, and economic strength. The 1964 Jefferson nickel was minted in massive numbers, making it one of the most commonly found coins even today. Because of this, most people assume it has little to no value beyond its face value. But here's where things get interesting. Not all 1964 nickels are created equal. The coin features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front, a design that has become iconic over decades. On the reverse side, you'll find his historic home, Monticello, carefully engraved with fine detail. While millions of these coins were struck, only a tiny fraction exist today in truly exceptional condition or with rare minting characteristics. Now, here's where collectors start paying very close attention. One of the biggest factors that can dramatically increase the value of a 1964 Jefferson nickel is something called full steps. This refers to the steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse side. In most coins, these steps are worn out or not fully struck. But if you find a coin where all the steps are clearly visible and sharply defined, you may be looking at a highly collectible piece. Another exciting factor is mint errors. During the minting process, mistakes can happen, and those mistakes can turn a simple coin into a rare treasure. Collectors hunt for errors like doubled dies, where the design appears slightly duplicated, or off-center strikes, where the coin's image is misaligned. There are also cases of die cracks, clipped planchets, and unusual surface textures that make each coin unique. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A heavily circulated 1964 nickel may only be worth a few cents, but an uncirculated coin, one that has never been used in daily transactions, can be significantly more valuable. Coins that have been carefully preserved, stored properly, and protected from scratches, or where are the ones that stand out in auctions and collections? And let's not forget the thrill of the hunt. Imagine going through an old jar of coins, inherited collection, or even spare change, and discovering a hidden gem. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. The possibility that something small and overlooked could hold incredible value. Collectors around the world continue to search for standout examples of the 1964 Jefferson nickel, especially those with pristine surfaces, sharp details, and rare mint errors. These coins tell a story, not just of American history, but of craftsmanship, rarity, and the fascinating imperfections that make each piece unique. So next time you come across a 1964 Jefferson nickel, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Examine the details. Check the steps on Monticello. Look for anything unusual. Because you never know, that small coin in your hand could be far more valuable than you ever imagined. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. Under extremely rare conditions, with perfect full steps, exceptional preservation, and possibly a unique mint error, a 1964 Jefferson nickel has been known to reach a staggering value of $87,000. Top 2 today's story is about a coin so common that most people ignore it completely. Yet under the right circumstances, it can become one of the most surprising treasures in modern US coin collecting. Take a close look at your pocket change, because we're talking about the 1978 Jefferson nickel, a coin that may look ordinary, but holds secrets that serious collectors never overlook. In 1978, the United States was going through an era of economic shifts, and the mint was producing coins in huge quantities to meet demand. The Jefferson nickel from this year was struck in the millions, making it easy to find even today. But here's the twist. While most are common, a very small number stand out as exceptional, and those are the ones collectors chase. That on the front of the coin, you'll see the familiar face of Thomas Jefferson, a design that has remained a staple of American coinage for decades. Flip it over, and you'll find the detailed image of Monticello, his historic home. At first glance, it all seems standard, but the real value lies in the smallest details. Serious collectors pay special attention to something known as full steps. If you look closely at the steps beneath Monticello, you'll notice that on most coins, they appear flat or partially worn. But on rare, high-quality examples, those steps are fully defined and sharply struck. These full steps nickels are incredibly desirable because they represent the highest level of minting precision, something that wasn't always achieved during mass production. Now let's talk about errors, the true hidden gems of coin collecting. During the minting process, tiny mistakes can occur, and these mistakes can transform a regular coin into a one-of-a-kind collectible. Some 1978 nickels have been discovered with doubled dies, where the design appears slightly duplicated, giving it a shadow-like effect. Others show off-center strikes, where the image is not perfectly aligned, or die cracks that create unusual lines across the surface. There are even rare cases of planchet errors, where the metal blank itself was flawed before striking. These unusual characteristics make each error coin unique, and collectors are always on the hunt for these rare variations. The more unusual and well-preserved the error, the higher the demand, and the higher the value. Condition plays a massive role in determining worth. Most 1978 nickels have spent decades in circulation, collecting scratches, fading, and wear. But if a coin has been preserved in near-perfect condition, with its original luster shining and details untouched, it becomes something truly special. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional grading services can command impressive attention in the market. Imagine the excitement of discovering one of these rare pieces in an old coin jar, a forgotten drawer, or a family collection. That's the magic of coin collecting. The idea that something so small and overlooked could hold incredible value. It's not just about money. It's about history, rarity, and the thrill of the hunt. Collectors around the world continue to search for standout 1978 Jefferson nickels, especially those with full steps, pristine surfaces, and unique mint errors. These coins are more than just currency. They are snapshots of a moment in time, preserved in metal. So the next time you come across a 1978 Jefferson nickel, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Study the details. You might be holding something far more valuable than you think. And now, here comes the part you've been waiting for. In extremely rare cases, with perfect condition, full steps, and remarkable mint errors, a 1978 Jefferson nickel has been known to reach an astonishing value of $84,000. Top 3, we're diving into a coin that many people overlook without a second thought. Yet collectors know it can carry incredible potential. Take a close look at your change, because the 1981 Jefferson nickel might be far more exciting than it appears. During the early 1980s, the United States was producing millions of nickels to keep up with everyday commerce. The Jefferson nickel from 1981 was part of that mass production, meaning it's still relatively easy to find today. But here's where the story gets interesting. Within those millions of coins, a tiny number stand out as extraordinary, and those are the ones collectors dream about discovering. The obverse of the coin proudly features Thomas Jefferson, a design that has remained a symbol of American history for decades. On the reverse, you'll see the detailed structure of Monticello. While these designs may seem familiar, the true value of this coin lies in the fine details that most people never notice. Collectors are especially fascinated by what are known as full steps nickels. If you examine the steps at the base of Monticello, you'll notice that most coins have weak or incomplete detail due to wear or weak striking during minting. However, on rare occasions, a coin will display all steps clearly and sharply defined. These full steps examples are highly prized because they represent near-perfect minting quality, something extremely difficult to achieve in high-volume production. Now let's talk about the real treasures, mint errors. These are the moments where the minting process didn't go exactly as planned, creating coins that are unique and highly collectible. Some 1981 Jefferson nickels have been found with doubled dies, where parts of the design appear duplicated. Others show off-center strikes, clipped edges, or die cracks running across the surface. These imperfections might seem like flaws, but in the world of coin collecting, they are what make a coin truly special. Another factor that can dramatically increase value is the mint mark. In 1981, nickels were struck at different mint facilities, and certain variations, especially when combined with errors or exceptional condition, can attract serious attention from collectors. Every tiny detail matters, and experienced collectors know exactly what to look for. Condition is everything. A coin that has been heavily used will show scratches, dullness, and worn details. But a coin that has been carefully preserved, with its original shine and crisp design intact, can be worth significantly more. High-grade coins that appear almost untouched since the day they were minted are incredibly rare and highly desirable. Imagine the thrill of going through a handful of old coins and spotting something unusual, sharper details, a strange marking, or a perfectly preserved surface. That moment of discovery is what drives collectors around the world. It's not just about finding value. It's about uncovering a piece of history that has quietly survived for decades. The 1981 Jefferson nickel may seem like just another coin, but for those who take the time to examine it closely, it can reveal a fascinating story of craftsmanship, rarity, and hidden potential. Every coin has a story, but only a few have the power to truly stand out. So next time you come across a 1981 nickel, don't just spend it without a thought. Take a moment to inspect it. Look at the steps on Monticello. Check for unusual features. Because you never know, you might be holding something incredibly valuable in the palm of your hand. And now, for the moment that makes this journey even more exciting. In extremely rare cases, with flawless full steps, exceptional preservation, and unique mint errors, a 1981 Jefferson nickel has been known to reach an incredible value of $81,000. Top for we're uncovering the hidden story behind a coin that most people pass by every single day without a second glance. It may look ordinary, it may feel insignificant, but the 1988 Jefferson nickel holds secrets that could surprise even experienced collectors. In the late 1980s, the United States was producing coins in massive numbers to support a fast-moving economy. Among those coins was the Jefferson nickel from 1988. Because so many were minted, it's still easy to find one today. But here's what makes this coin fascinating. While most are common, a select few are anything but ordinary. On the front of the coin, you'll see the well-known profile of Thomas Jefferson, a figure deeply rooted in American history. Turn the coin over, and you'll find the iconic image of Monticello, his historic home. At first glance, nothing seems unusual. But for collectors, the smallest details can make all the difference. One of the most important features to examine is the set of steps at the base of Monticello. These are known as full steps in the coin collecting world. On most coins, these steps appear worn down or incomplete due to circulation or weak strikes at the mint. However, when a coin displays all steps clearly and sharply defined, it becomes something truly special. These full steps nickels are rare and highly desirable because they represent near-perfect craftsmanship. But the real excitement begins when we talk about mint errors. During production, mistakes can occur, and those mistakes are what collectors love most. Some 1988 nickels have been discovered with doubled dies, where parts of the design appear slightly duplicated, giving a unique visual effect. Others may show off-center strikes, where the design isn't properly aligned, or die cracks that create unusual patterns across the surface. There are also rare cases of clipped planchets or surface anomalies that occurred before the coin was even struck. Each of these errors tells a story of how the coin was made, and no two error coins are exactly alike. This uniqueness is what drives collectors to search tirelessly for these rare pieces. Mint marks can also play a role in value. Coins from different mint locations may have slight variations, and when combined with exceptional condition or rare errors, they become even more attractive to collectors. Every detail matters, and experienced collectors know how to spot the difference between a common coin and a hidden gem. Condition, as always, is critical. A coin that has been heavily circulated will show signs of wear, scratches, dullness, and softened details. But a coin that has been preserved in near-perfect condition, with its original luster still shining, can stand out dramatically. High-grade coins, especially those that look almost untouched since the day they were minted, are incredibly rare and highly sought after. Imagine finding one of these coins in an old collection, a forgotten drawer, or even in your daily change. That moment of discovery is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. It's not just about value. It's about uncovering something rare, something special, something that others may have overlooked. The 1988 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how something simple can hold extraordinary potential. To most people, it's just another coin. But to a collector, it could be a piece of history, a rare variation, or even a valuable treasure waiting to be discovered. So the next time you come across a 1988 nickel, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Study the details. Check the steps, examine the surface, and search for anything unusual. Because sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, in extremely rare cases, with flawless full steps, exceptional preservation, and remarkable mint errors, a 1988 Jefferson nickel has been known to reach an incredible value of $78,000. Top 5 were shining the spotlight on a coin that many people have seen, but very few have truly examined: the 1993 Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it may seem like just another 5-cent coin, but hidden within a few rare examples are details that can completely change its value. Let's step into the early 1990s in the United States, a time when the mint was producing millions of coins to keep up with a growing economy. The Jefferson nickel from 1993 was part of this large-scale production, meaning it's still commonly found today. But here's the exciting part. Not every coin from that year is the same, and some stand out in ways that collectors dream about. The front of the coin features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, a symbol of American history and leadership. On the reverse side, you'll find the detailed image of Monticello. While this design has been seen by millions, only a few coins display it with the sharpness and clarity that collectors truly value. One of the most important features to look for is something called full steps. If you closely examine the steps at the base of Monticello, you'll notice that most coins have worn or incomplete lines due to circulation or weak strikes. However, in rare cases, a coin will show all steps clearly and fully separated. These full steps nickels are highly prized because they represent exceptional minting quality and are incredibly difficult to find. Now let's talk about the real treasures: mint errors. During the production process, small mistakes can occur, and these mistakes can transform an ordinary coin into something truly unique. Some 1993 nickels have been discovered with doubled dies, where parts of the design appear duplicated. Others may show off-center strikes, clipped edges, or die cracks that create unusual patterns across the coin's surface. There are also subtle variations that only experienced collectors can spot: slight differences in strike quality, surface texture, or alignment. These details may seem minor, but in the world of numismatics, they can make a huge difference in value. Every unusual feature adds to the coin's story and increases its appeal. Condition plays a powerful role in determining how much a coin is worth. Most 1993 nickels have been used in everyday transactions, which means they show signs of wear and aging. But a coin that has been preserved in near-perfect condition, with its original shine and crisp details intact, is something truly special. High-grade coins are rare, and collectors are always searching for the best examples available. Imagine going through your old coins and spotting one that looks just a little different: sharper details, unusual markings, or a brilliant shine. That moment of discovery is what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's the possibility that something small and overlooked could turn into a valuable treasure. The 1993 Jefferson nickel is a perfect reminder that value isn't always obvious. While millions were made, only a tiny fraction have the qualities that collectors seek. Those rare combinations of condition, detail, and minting error are what transform a simple coin into something extraordinary. So the next time you come across a 1993 nickel, don't just ignore it. Take a closer look. Examine every detail, because hidden within that small piece of metal could be a story, a rarity, and possibly a surprising value. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for: in extremely rare cases, with flawless full steps, outstanding preservation, and unique mint errors, a 1993 Jefferson nickel has been known to reach an incredible value of $76,000. Keep exploring, keep learning, and never stop searching, because your next great discovery could already be in your hands.